Finally. Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another reaction video for today, and we are here to take a look at 9 minutes of gameplay with interview, of course, for Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. This is a game I'm very excited about. I hope is good. We got this revealed only 2-3 months ago, and ever since then it's been kind of whisper quiet. We haven't seen anything else for it, no gameplay. It's supposed to come out, I think, summer this year, but I don't think that's going to happen at this point. If it does, I'll be a little worried, just a little bit, because then it'll be it's kind of just a throwaway game, like one of those Cartoon Network games that just kind of come out, like the kart racers or the battle ones or whatever, that just come out of nowhere and they're not very good. I hope that's not the case, because I love Samurai Jack and I hope this is a good game. I actually, when I was growing up, I actually liked Shadow of Aku, if anybody ever played that game. I know it's not great, but I remember liking it. But, yeah, hopefully it's good. Anyway, let's take a look. 9 minutes of gameplay. We'll probably watch the whole thing, so let's get to it!
Samurai Jack's animated adventures came to a grand finale in 2017, but now this time-traveling samurai is back in Samurai Jack Battle Through Time, a brand new original video game. Here to tell us about it, I'm joined by creator and animation legend.
Really? Okay, I thought it was gonna be a.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well,
what's Primal?
A bunch of amazing cartoons.
Where's Primal?
Clearly inspired
the rest of the season.
Laboratory. Let's talk about Samurai
Akira,
Jack.
Nice.
This is a brand new story. It's by Derek Bachman. It takes place within the sort of Samurai Jack timeline, but walk us through exactly sort of where and when, aside from through time, this is taking place.
Well, I think it kind of picks up right where we were finishing the last season, the finale of the whole thing.
Okay,
and,
here we go.
It starts, we created a new mythology where it kind of starts as an alternate timeline, and Aku sends Jack through that timeline, and now, of course, Jack has to fight his way back and defeat Aku. But this time, the adventures are kind of similar, fresher, because for the first time, you actually get to control Jack and really fight all those amazing villains and henchmen, and and have the friends along the way that we've experienced through watching the show.
Now this is
I like the background.
First Samurai Jack game in 16 years. There was the PS2 game that came out in 2004. Can you sort of talk about sort of the difference in perception of not just Samurai Jack, but kind of video games in general? It feels like it's
season 5 beginning Jack.
Swim mantle this time around. Which does that give you any more sort of leeway?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 16 years ago.
Whoa, side-scrolling levels. All right.
Video games were, especially for licensed characters.
Oh, nice.
For a kids' TV show, so to speak, you kind of get the B-class treatment, right? You just kind of go into whatever engine they have. They do some new graphics, but generally it's not great.
Damn, getting his ass beat.
They were doing it while I was in production on the show.
Oh look! Oh, when he gets hurt more, his gi gets more messed up.
Because it takes a commitment and a love to do this right, even for video games, for a TV show, for anything.
Nice.
And so it kind of came out, and it kind of lacked what we all thought a video game could be. And then now, fast forward here, the show is more popular. The show has existed for 16 years more, and people have really gone to love it. And there's a more respect towards it. So the new game is a lot more what we wanted it back then, and even more.
It looks fun.
So it's completely different.
I like that you can fight a bunch of them at the same time.
From what it was to how far it's come now.
Very cool. Well, let's talk about the gameplay a little bit here. Obviously, we're going to see lots of sword swinging action because he's a samurai after all. But we also got sort of a pole arm here with some magic coming out of it. We got a
bunch of different weapons. I'm good with that.
Some heavy firepower.
I'm good with that.
Can you tell us about the combat a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's inspired by of course the normal samurai stuff, the classic, but just like in the show, Jack's able to use a lot of what's around him to be inventive, and I think there's some stuff where he actually uses one of the bugs, one of the coup drones.
Actually, looks really good.
With it. There's a bow and arrow, I think, and so there's a lot of variations. A trident, like we see here, and also taking cue from
I might have to do a playthrough for this game.
In the last finale season, he also uses some guns and stuff where we never would have him use a gun in the.
Oh, please tell me you used the Gatling gun.
But yeah, but a lot of the locales are totally inspired
So awesome.
by what we did in the show. And so it's kind of great because if you're a fan of the show, you'll recognize the environments instantly, and you can kind of look forward to some of the villains from that environment. At the same time, we've also swapped some other villains to come in all the different various environments.
Nice. And you've also got some familiar returning characters as well, I hear.
Scotsman?
Yes, of course. I mean, you could never do it without the Scotsman.
Oh, nice.
Here, of course, is Demongo.
Demongo,
fan favorites, always has been. And what's also fantastic is we were able to use the
he looks
voice
sweet.
Cast, right?
Yep.
I mean, besides Mako,
who
passed away. But yeah, so there's an authenticity to it.
Greg Baldwin did a really good job, though.
You don't get in other games based on properties.
This is awesome. Now, something I'm really curious about, this is developed by Soleil, which is a studio based out of Japan. Obviously, Samurai Jack is a Western cartoon heavily influenced by Japanese media and culture. Now you've got a Japanese team developing a game based on that. Can you talk a little bit about that relationship?
It looks really fun.
Good. I mean, I think
I hope it's good.
Whenever you do these things,
God, I hope it's good.
It's always great if there's
that looks really good. I love the look of this.
Appreciation from the team that's actually going to be doing all the work. If it's just all about money and they feel like they could take advantage of the name of the property, then it becomes kind of, they don't understand the essence of it. But I know, like Derek, who wrote this, he traveled to Japan and he met with them and he walked into their offices. And they had Samurai Jack posters.
Is it from the makers of Devil's Third?
Me, so they were appreciative of it. And doing...
use a gun.
Even I remember back then when I first started the show, and it actually started to air in Japan, I was really worried. I'm like, oh no, they found out I'm a fake. They'll see who I've done. No matter how much of a whatever fan or appreciation that I had of Japanese culture and especially the samurai culture,
that's what I wanted.
They would still know that I'm a phony. But so I remember I was at the studio once, and we had some visitors from Japan.
That's so good.
These cable operators, they're just businessmen. And this is years ago, and they came into my office, and I was introduced to them, and Samurai Jack just started airing on their cable network.
Nice.
And they were like, you got it right. You did a really good job. We love the show, and it feels sincere. And that was the biggest compliment I could ever get.
Oh, that's really cool. So you actually have to, like, it's not just a move. You actually have to get more arrows and stuff.
I didn't
looks like
their culture or
Samurai Fist, nice.
Or whatever,
This looks like it's going to be good.
I love that. So
yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be good.
Samurai Jack's been around for almost 20 years, and people who maybe were watching Samurai Jack as kids they're now adults and they're out, making video games and stuff. Have you sort of had any encounters with people working on the game who fanboy out and get completely, overwhelmed by it, or is it?
A little bit, like it's more about in general. I think like you said, it's been around for so long. It's been able to
the backgrounds look so good.
A lot of artists
it looks so much like a
Genndy
in general.
Product. So when I go to conventions and all that kind of stuff,
they nailed that.
These people, when I was influenced by Bugs Bunny, cartoons,
just shoot him into a corner.
Some Disney stuff.
Okay.
Tex Avery, and of course, by the time I got into the industry, most of them were all gone, if not all of them. And so I was never.
I like the side-scrolling sequences. This is
people
fun.
Who inspired me to go into animation, and now it's been pretty incredible. When I go to conventions,
I thought he was dead. I was like, whoa.
Say, well, yeah, I got into the industry because of Samurai Jack, or I love to draw because of Samurai Jack and all this stuff, and it's
Don't fall
beyond
again.
comprehension that something like this can affect people and really show them the direction in their life, which is so it's such a huge honor to inspire anybody, really.
That's phenomenal. That's really cool to hear. Now, I have to ask, you mentioned it very briefly there, Popeye. Do you have any word on the Popeye movie that I heard you were working on at one point?
No comment on any of that stuff. So.
Fair enough. I had to ask, though.
No worries.
Fingers crossed. Thank you so much, Genndy. This was a huge pleasure. I am looking forward to checking out Samurai Jack Battle Through Time.
That means it's coming. No comment. That means it's coming. All right. Gameplay-wise, it looks pretty good. At first I was a little like, it looks like it could be like a $40 game, which I think it actually is a $40 game. At least that's what it said on Switch on their coming soon page. I just wish they said when it was coming. Let's see, maybe they announced a date, but they just didn't mention it here. It's supposed to come out this year. I'm sure maybe it does say it somewhere here. Game reportedly takes place during episode CI, so we're eagerly waiting. Yeah, how? Like, I'm sure that might make sense. I was hoping it would kind of just go through the entire series and you could relive some of those episodes. Like, not every episode. Some episodes you don't need to do. You don't need to do Chicken Jack, even though I would love that. But, like, I don't know. Like, all the important episodes, you know. I would love to redo Jack versus Aku, my favorite episode. Anyway. Samurai Jack Battle Through Time, good stuff. It looks like it's going to be good stuff. I hope so, at least. It looks like it's going to be fun. Has all the stuff that you want from a hack and slash. So, I hope it's good. I really hope it's good. So, anyway, we'll see. We'll see. It comes out this year sometime, so I'm excited. I'm hoping if they announce a date, I'm hoping, like, beginning of October. I think beginning of October would be good. Maybe even July, but that's next month. There's no way. There's no way. Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Bye.